Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
La alineación de hoy será...
Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
The whistle. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, it's the boy everyone is talking about. This guy, Rodrigo, seen by many as being one of the biggest Brazilian talents of his generation. Now, just think about that. I don't really need to add anything extra.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Mbappe, and here's Valverde. Oh, well played, well played. Well, that pass isn't the best. Benny. There's the crossfield ball. Pinches it off him. Now it's Dani Ceballos. Chouameni. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Bellingham. Can he get it through? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Looking for options for movement. He's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well read, nice interception. Valverde tries to play it through. That looks a cracking ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Rodrigo! Oh, look at the space here! Rodrigo! And that should get the job done. And it's Bellingham. Can he get on the end of this? He's found a way through! Rudiger did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Valverde, and the return pass. Still goalless. Now it's Mbappe. Carvajal gets into a good position. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. Ceballos, and the counter is on. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Gets across to intercept that. He's He's picked his way through, and he's worked it through. Picked out, great shot! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught on it, and again! And he has kept it out somehow.
Vinicius Junior actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. It's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Bellingham. Good purposeful running this. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Now it's Vinicius Junior. It's a nicely shaped ball. Muller ploughing through the middle.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Not the most accurate pass. Looking a throw-in. Rudiger. Bellingham. It's Carvajal. Oh, that's fabulous. That's very neat. For Valverde. Goulet going full tilt down the left. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Ceballos. Now it's Mbappe. Looking to play him in. Mbappe. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. He can run onto that. He's on it. Can he get away? He is through here. Takes a shot! The movement so precise. The finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other. And it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react. There's only one word to describe that. Clinical.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration would be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Terrific header! He will be livid with himself.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
What's Valverde? I have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. It's a sharp pass. He's been shifted off it. There's the end of the first half. He's certainly singing along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Any strong opinions on the first half?
I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Madrid can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Howson. Rudiger. And he's intervened well there. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's a sharp little ball here. Quality ball.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
This is gone, that's a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Valverde. Madrid ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there.
Tries to pass it through.
This might spell danger. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Oh, important interception. Now it's Rodrigo. Bellingham.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Ceballos, he is onto this. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Mbappe. Still just a single goal between the sides.
And he stands tall, impenetrable.
Vinicius Junior, and they can counter here. Oh, it's taken out, that'll be a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
That looks a decent ball. Good ball, good take. Oh, what has happened here? Danger averted for now.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Good-looking ball.
Goulet. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Arda Goulet.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, he's been caught now. There's the shot!
Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Played in with purpose. Madrid leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. 1-0 the score. And here's Vinicius Junior. Oh, it's come to nothing. Mendy. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Great ball, and he's in here. Oh, it's come off the upright. Cleared without complication.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
El dorsal 21, el dorsal 15, el dorsal 12.
They played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Great vision.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was not good. Now, this could be a chance. Vinicius Junior! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Now it's Rodrigo. Now it's Goulet. Goulet has been pulled. Now it's a foul. He is going into that little black book.
It's Article there.
Nicely weighted ball. It's an excellent interception. That's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Brahim Diaz. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people. Mbappe picking up. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. Delight to have him on board.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say, a big hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There are plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
The action has already started. Will be disappointed with that. Rodrigo. And that's put paid to a promising move. Nicely intercepted. Goulet is offering some sort of an apology there.
Really is miffed having made the run and not get picked out.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I would think that this fella Valverde's role is going to be so key here. He'll be tasked with pretty much doing everything from covering the back line to winning the ball back, triggering counter-attacks, providing outlets, pressing, as well as being a goal threat. In other words...
Oh, what has happened? Great chance! He goes again! Goal! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
Marcó en el
Madrid
minuto 13
finding themselves
el
unexpectedly
dorsal 7.
behind. That was good alertness. Now he's off and running. Belling. Carvajal. Oh, red. Nice interception. Belling. Bellingham. That looks a decent ball. Mbappe gets into a good position.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Oh, super fine. He's in a great position here. Oh, that's fabulous. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. Madrid with this to level it up.
A picture of confidence, that was never missing.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
And that is expertly dealt with. Goulet, midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Chouameni. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Lovely bit of skill. Quality ball.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Now that's well seen too. And we're not going to make any further progress now. Howson hardly anticipates. Howson. Back in. He's onto it in a flash. And he was quick to react. Bellingham. Goulet. Bellingham. Not the most convincing of passes. Valverde. He's felt that, hasn't he? Vinicius Junior does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Ceballos.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he welcomes it in. Rudiger promptly onto that, and that is that. Mbappe finds himself offside. To the grateful arms of the keeper. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Probing pass. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Valverde. And it's Carvajal. Never going to make it. Yeah, can they get him away? Oh, the ball's run loose here. Chouameni puts his foot on the gas. Chance! And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. Madrid kick off the second half. Howson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Can he get on the end of this? The run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That's a good ball. Yeah, this could be a chance. It's a Pretty loose pass. It's Ceballos. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
Carvajal. And that is out of play. Bellingham. He's in plenty of space here. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Madrid with the corner, they're first. And they've got rid. And now a sudden chance to counter. Threads one in. Mbappe picks it up out wide. Elects to cross. Has done well to get that clear. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Madrid do have a chance to counter here. He's picked his way through. Well, the counter-attack will come to nothing because that is an errant touch.
Did he that because it had a decent chance of progressing?
Tchouameni. Quality ball. Mbappe looks to get on the end of this. Ceballos is onto this. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Fran Garcia. Oh, easy pickings there. Passing is crisp and sharp. Carvajal. And it's Arda Güler. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Great defending, strong and determined. Bellingham with the foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 19 será sustituido por el dorsal 21.
Madrid choosing to make the first
Se va a
change.
llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Madrid perhaps contemplating their next change here. And that has left him in a heap. He's a sharp little ball here. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision. Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Rudiger kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Howson. Now Mendy. Tchouameni. there, Will. No question that's a foul. The ref's been lenient here. Again, he'll get too many more chances.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 5, el dorsal 8. Serán sustituidos
Oh, this
por
looks sharp.
el dorsal 15, el
Mbappe
dorsal
saves
35.
Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Mbappe has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Now it's Brahim Diaz. Fran Garcia. He's found a way through. Thinks about the shot.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And Rodrigo. Good play. No margin for error there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That has been cut short. Chouameni. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Camavinga. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Decent chance! Off the post!
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Madrid looking to pass their way through. Brahim Diaz. Oh, what a ball! Oh, shooting chance! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they maybe would have won it.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Madrid have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Mbappe voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Game that the passionate crowd demands. Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Begley.
Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. It is a monster matchup, Jim Begley.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
Action has already started. Vinicius Junior. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick his spot and finish everything off.
Not to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Belling. Getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Mbappe. Ceballos. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That could set him on his way. Vinicius Junior is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed having made the run and not get picked out.
Now it's Mbappe, and that interception was most necessary. That's the end of that. It all started well enough. Tchouaméni is there to clear. Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Bellingham. Now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep, shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Ceballos defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He has found the way through. It's not an especially good pass, that.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
And that's a lovely exchange. Oh, that's fabulous. Seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And he's looking at the referee, and the referee is shaking his head. Here's Rodrigo. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. That is a great pick out. Oh, Red, nice interception. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. He's a sharp little ball here. Fran Garcia gets flagged offside.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
That looks a good ball through. Shoots! It's there! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
Madrid have taken the lead.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Now it's Rodrigo. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, well played, well sorted out. He's in a great position here. And the shot! He hits the net. Level in each race.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to
Mbappe! He can get that clear.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. I bet you the keeper is very relieved.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Tries to play it through. Oh, well played, well played. Rudiger wins the duel this time. The referee brings the first half to a close. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How's the first half compared with your expectations?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match. That's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Madrid are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. And we are already promptly back underway. That'll be a throw Arda Güler. Now, can they get him away? He is through here. Oh, shooting chance! He's really put himself on the line here. Madrid with their first corner, the first of the game for either side, actually. And it's hoisted clear. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Bellingham. Mbappe. Tries a shot. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Madrid get themselves into the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Mendy. Knocks it into space.
Incentive set and incentive met. Now they've got to take it on another level.
Bellingham. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Güler. Vinicius Junior. And here's Mbappe. And that is expertly dealt with. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Decent shot! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Marcó en el minuto 68
Taking a touch like that
el
when it's all
dorsal
moving
5.
around you isn't always that easy. But you're going to look like a dog.
El dorsal
Finishing all of
19
this quite simple.
será sustituido por el dorsal 21. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Madrid choosing to make the first change. Madrid will 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat.
It's up the right here! It's hit the upright. That was very necessary. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. A heavy challenge. Madrid perhaps contemplating their next change here. Referee's given a throw.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 8 será reemplazado por el dorsal 45.
Tchouaméni. Madrid have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. He's had a good look and given a corner.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal
Changes
5
then in quick succession.
será sustituido
Amongst the
por
goals here,
el
and
dorsal
now
15.
he takes his leave.
I think he's put in a good shift and their fans appreciate that. I think he can feel pretty happy with the contribution he's made.
Madrid has the chance to go the other way. The pass just keeps it ticking over. It's a lovely, neat pass. Fran Garcia. Here's Rodrigo. Out of passing here, really easy on the eye. That's nice. He's got away. Brahim Diaz! Relentless! Just relentless! And the lead is extended still further. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well,
so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Madrid have a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy. Rodrigo. Great vision. And the shot's on here. There's the shot! And again! And that is doing no harm at all. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Important interception. Brahim Diaz. Now it's Mbappe. Played out towards the right wing. Goulart providing an outlet on that flank. Now how often do you see that? Madrid finding their passes into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. And Rodrigo, he welcomes it in. He's found a way through. Chance for a shot! He scored! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. Simplicity itself.
Again, that's terrific.
And that's that. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Plenty looking forward to seeing this. A capacity crowd here.
Well, the atmosphere.
Shot, surely! Oh, falling loose again! Big moment! Massive goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the...
Rodrigo! In for the pieces! It's in! Not one, but two. It is a dream start. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, his instinct told me that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Rodrigo in acres of space out wide. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Now it's Mbappe. Brahim Diaz. Carvajal. Cross needs to be good. Brilliantly cut out. Madrid are in serious threat of getting left behind. 2 goals down already. Brahim Diaz. Quarter of an hour played.
Might want to be careful there.
Carvajal unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Mbappe. He's through, now is he in?
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Here's Rodrigo, Bellingham. Goulart spots it and intercepts. The message is clear, none shall pass. No, could be danger here.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Delivery from Dani Carvajal. Goulart. Rodrigo. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Mbappe. Mendy calmly anticipates. Almost half an hour in now. Rodrigo. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Now it's Goulart. Looking for the run. That pass isn't the best. And he's gone long. Well, can he get onto this? Now it's Mbappe. Carvajal. It's Arda Goulart. And Garcia. It's a sharp little ball here. He's gone backward here. Now it's Rodrigo. Madrid are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. He's making a real surge on the left. Now it's Rodrigo. Had to make that, and he did make it. Goulart. Chouameni. Goulart. Now it's Rodrigo. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Valverde. Alaba kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. It's Ceballos. Dani Ceballos. And the first 45 minutes are up. Reflections on the first half?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game. And it's easier said than done, as we know.
En las inmediaciones del estadio.
And the second half gets underway.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull them back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
He's shifting through the gears here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bellingham wins the duel this time. Chouameni. It's Ceballos. Has to show off his quick feet. Now it's Mbappe. He's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense Here's Rodrigo. That is expertly dealt with. Chouameni. Mendy. Ceballos. That is a great pick out. He's got away. He's won and tries a shot. It's scored! The second half sparks straight into life. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed and he executed it smoothly.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
Madrid get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Garcia. Great ball if he can get there. Rudiger cuts it out. Chouameni. The most accurate pass. Some good work on the right flank here. Rodrigo. And it's Arda Güler. Oh, that was vital. Chouameni. Valverde. Ceballos. Now it's Mbappe.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's Dani Ceballos. It's a pretty loose pass. Chouameni. Brahim Diaz. That's very disappointing, it has to. Oh, what a mistake! Caught offside that time. So time for change. This one has been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination. His job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile. The man pulling the strings.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Chouameni. Madrid do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Nicely intercepted. Valverde. Valverde. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Fran Garcia gets across to intercept that.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Well, the defence proved infallible then. Just about within shooting range. That is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time,
Se
Peter,
va a
but
producir un
that's a
cambio de
warning to the
jugadores.
opposition.
El
This
dorsal
team know how to
19,
counter, and they'll be
el
looking to
dorsal
do it
2,
every chance they get.
serán sustituidos por el dorsal 15, el dorsal 12.
Party ball. Mbappe chasing after it. Now it's Mbappe. Madrid are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so. He is slightly undercut that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take out that killer ball. Attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
This has become one superb game of football.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Chouameni. Goulet. With Chouameni. Pass is intercepted. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Never going to make it. Now it's Rodrigo. Well played. That snuffed out the danger.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Chouameni deep into stoppage time, and that could set him on his way. Now it's Mbappe. Chance for a shot! Tidily gathered and ultimate. And that's it. Madrid have won it by sheer force of character, as winning teams do. They managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Mbappe gleefully reminding us of what a superb day he's had at the office. Thrilling, nail-biting perhaps. To those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening, the conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Baker.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. This is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, certainly doesn't feel like a friendly. We all know about the quality we have on show here, so I hope that the crowd demand as much as they can get, and I hope the players will oblige on that.
The action has already started. Rodrigo unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Decent chance! Valverde. Rudiger cuts out the pass. Goulet. Not the most convincing of passes. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out. Madrid have got it back and they'll have another go. And back to the keeper they go. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, the dynamic Carval is someone I like looking out for because he just has a lovely energy to what he does. Always adventurous. He'll be making those runs continually throughout the game and still looking to get back in position. And when he gets...
That was no routine save.
Rodrigo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. He's had it taken off him. Nice control. Chouameni. And now they can spring out of defence. Either side yet able to find the net. And he's managed to get free. Shot! Goal! Goal! There was to be only one outcome.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Madrid have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Goulet. Madrid are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. And there's green grass ahead of him.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Threads one in. He's in plenty of space here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Chouameni. Passing is crisp and sharp. Let's make sure that's not getting through. He was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That's tidy. And it's Chouameni. Valverde has created one goal already. Carvajal. Valverde. Carvajal. Can he get on the end of this? Mbappe. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Mendy has got himself a free kick. Referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
That's good play. Bellingham is onto this. That's been run straight back. And he shoots! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And the shot. Oh, Mbappe! Goulet. Oh, there's a probing ball. Valverde. Great defending, strong and determined.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Habrá un
Now it's
minuto de
Rodrigo. Ceballos. Now it's Dani Ceballos. He's through here. Now Mbappe. Now it's Rodrigo. And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
en el marcador.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
It's the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Oh, well played. Chouameni. Mendy. It's Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Now, can they get him away? has found the way through. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows that.
He's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Looking for the run. That's a good ball. It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Courtois, in the context of the game, he must save it. Time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
And yes, it's him again. Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Now it's Rodrigo. He's picked his way through, showing good feet. Rodrigo crosses it in, and it's hoisted clear. Mendy. Pitches it off him. What has happened here? Crossing looks like a good one. Nelson clears it away. Tries a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! He's cleared it out of harm's way. Fran Garcia. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through. Just about up to 75 minutes. Now it's Rodrigo. Oh, that's superb. He's had a shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 5, el dorsal 19, el dorsal 8 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 21, el dorsal 15, el dorsal 45. Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Madrid can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Howson. And Garcia. And he's had it nicked away. He came in hard, very hard. Chouameni. He's taken out, that'll be a foul. No surprise, that's a booking. Looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Howson. Goulet. Oh, that's a key interception. Mendy. Played out wide. Lofty pass, but can he get there? position here. Now there's a fine ball. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Now it's Rodrigo. That's good running with the ball. He's intervened well there. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there. Evidence of noise.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good for him.
Thinks about the shot. Well, that's fabulous. Howson kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
And that's that. Madrid can justifiably find this a hard one to swallow. They gave it their all, but ultimately they have fallen just short against an opponent. To those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening, the conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
As you can see, we've already started here. It's Bellingham. That's going to go a long way. Chouameni. Who do you, Jim, see making a difference here?
Well, Peter, this guy, Rodrigo, I suspect will be playing pretty much across that whole front line. He has the versatility to do that. Winger, auxiliary striker. He's one of the best around in one-on-ones, and he's such a quick turn of pace. It's very difficult for defenders to keep him contained.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Rudiger kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Fran Garcia threads one in. Rudiger cuts it out. Madrid all in promising areas, but nothing to show for it. Oh, super ball! He's free. He has and the shots.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Will inevitably react. Oh, good read. That's great positioning. So good from him.
Looking for options for movement. And that's a big chance! Now, in he goes again. A real chance and a real let-off.
Valverde
looks sharp. That's a decent ball. And he's in on goal. Bellingham! Nicely spread. Valverde. Well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Rodrigo gets a foot in here. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Mendy gets a good foot in there. Ceballos. Very nearly half an hour gone here. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And he shoots! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Madrid with the corner, there first. Wilson with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. Valverde stood his ground strongly. Enjoy this time. Courtois sends that a long way. Did tidily. Bellingham. He has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't take out that killer ball.
It's a sharp pass. He's on it. Can he get away? Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Bellingham! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. It's a lovely, neat pass. Mendy. Put backward here. Mendy is onto this. Brilliantly cut out.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Muller. Now, what about a counter-attack?
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan.
And it's half-time here. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Madrid leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
That is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Valverde gets flagged offside. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Yeah, that works for me. The denial of movement, blunt and brusque.
A heavy challenge. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Looking to play him in. He can run onto that. Valverde calmly anticipates. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Ceballos. Great vision. Looks a good ball through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
movement. Now it's Rodrigo. And that could set him on his way. It's made its way to him. Oh, that's fabulous. Potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Mbappe clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
It's Ceballos.
Now, has he got the beating of his marker here?
Tries to pass it through.
Harrison wins the duel this time. Mendy set up one goal so far. Ceballos. And here's Rodrigo. Mbappe. Sharp little ball. Shooting chance! He scored! 2 up now, and they are cruising. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, that's a terrific
En el
move,
minuto
Peter, and
70,
an even better pass.
el
It's
dorsal 11
beautiful play.
se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 5
Very nicely
será
played.
reemplazado
You
por
can really sense how
dorsal
important
21.
this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Rodrigo couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 19, el dorsal 8 serán sustituidos por el dorsal 15, el dorsal 45. Cambio de jugadores.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. And that is as far as they're going to go. Into the last quarter of an hour. That's a dangerous ball. Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. To further improve their position of comfort. Not much more than a formality.
A picture of confidence. That was never missing.
Madrid find a position of real strength now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Mendy. Now it's Mbappe. It was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. What a great ball here. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Go for a shot! Fran Garcia gets good distance on it. Madrid are coasting towards victory. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. And it's Diaz. Decent progress down the left.
Oh, really well
he's managed to get free. Brahim Diaz. Rodrigo. And here's Vinicius Junior. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Howson gets across to intercept that. It's a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Belling.
Habrá 4 minutos de descuento.
That's a brilliant interception. Goulet. Now it's Mbappe. Carvajal. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. It's beyond the defence. Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's found some space. That is lovely. Pass is just off target. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Madrid really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents reeling. And that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
Very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Mendy. In into the box. Fran Garcia attempts a clearance. Mbappe. Big chance!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
As simple as you like. The outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that, ends open on around you, isn't always that easy, but it made it look like a double. Finishing it off is quite simple after that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And it's Garcia. It's played through for him. That's good play. Here's Rodrigo. Valverde! Split-second reaction.
Valverde clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And it's been taken short. Shoot! Oh, taken with style. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus.
He's had a shot! It's anyone's ball now. And that should get the job done. Rudiger. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Throw it. Chouameni. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for options for movement. And he's managed to get free. That tackle was certainly sturdy. And here's Rodrigo. That interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Brahim Diaz shapes the shoot, and it's in. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. Killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Fran Garcia is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Fran Garcia picks it up out wide.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And here's Mbappe. Goulart did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Rodrigo is flagged offside. Just beyond his reach. Not going to make any further progress now. Rudiger promptly onto that, and that is that. He's got away.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Good looking ball.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
That looks a decent ball. And a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. And received that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Corner number 2 then. Goulart with the short one. He's having a shot! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Mbappe really reacted very quickly there, but couldn't quite find the finish he needed.
So, third corner of the game. Valverde gets it away. Carvajal pokes it out wide. Incoming delivery. That's not going to find its target. And now a sudden chance to counter. And that is as far as they're going to go. Nice physical challenge. Mbappe. Here's Rodrigo. And the shot! Really well taken goal. 2 up now, and they are cruising. Simplicity itself.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
And the first 45 minutes are up.
Se ruega al propietario de un deportivo azul metalizado con matrícula capicúa que acuda urgentemente al aparcamiento.
for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Nice interception, well timed. That's going to go a long way. Madrid have reclaimed it. Madrid looking to pass their way through. That was good pressure, just hammered him off it. Madrid needed that, they really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended though. It looked destined for a goal.
Ceballos driving through the... and he shoots! And for a moment, time stood still. Ceballos. Just no time to dwell on the ball there. He has found a way through. Wants to play it back. Oh, he's been caught napping. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Valverde, and it's Chouameni. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Mbappe. Oh, nice touch. Good pressure, determined, intense. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Fran Garcia picks it up out wide. Brahim Diaz gets a cross in. Mbappe does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Valverde has given away a free kick. Mendy. Oh, well measured. Ah, that's a fine interception. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up chipping the ball at the other. And it's all due to one counter attack. They hardly have time to even react. There's only one
Cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 5 será reemplazado por el dorsal 21. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Madrid can now introduce the first of their substitutes. We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Rodrigo. Rodrigo powering forward here.
It's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on tugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 19 Será sustituido por
Madrid are,
el
of course, in a
dorsal 15.
position to go to the bench should the need arise. Madrid are making a change. After this, just one opportunity to do so.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe proves just a little bit too strong. Madrid making another change here.
Well, the stamina was called into question.
El
There's
dorsal
absolutely
8
nothing wrong with his
será
heart and
reemplazado
the
por
effort he put in.
el
He's very
dorsal
willing, but
45.
not quite able.
Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. Carvajal. Carvajal is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Mbappe has alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
At least they're going about it.
Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. To square things up. Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find the winner now, there's no question who I'll be back
5
in.
minutos de descuento.
There will be a throw-in. Out again for a throw-in. Howson. 5 minutes to add. Bellingham. Could move up a gear here. Now it's Vinicius Junior. It's been slipped through. Mbappe. Chance for a shot! Rodrigo. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football. He's had a shot! It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage, he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Madrid are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Howson. And they've switched it over to the other side. And it's Carvajal. Chouameni. Goulet, he can run onto that. And he's managed to get free. That's a simple one for the keeper. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Bellingham, he is through here. And he was a lot to it. Fran Garcia. He's picked his way through. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Ceballos. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Well, that's fabulous.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He has found the way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Bellingham. He's got away.
That was lovely, that.
Well read. And the danger is averted. Now it's Rodrigo. Chouameni. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Now it's Goulet. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Looking for options for movement. Valverde. Ball looks a good one. Lovely feet. And that has left him in a heap. Goulet. Fran Garcia did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He's found a way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That has been cut short. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Goulet. And it's Garcia. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Alaba knocks it into space. Opts to play it back. Valverde.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Bellingham. Valverde. And here's Mbappe.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until...
Chance for shots! Mbappe gets flagged offside. Valverde. Now it's Rodrigo. And it's Arda Güler. Rodrigo! Rodrigo showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Carvajal. Pops him off it and wins back the ball. Mendy. Chouameni. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Threads one in. And that Pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They
Habrá
just couldn't take
2
out
minutos de
that
descuento.
killer ball.
Now it's Mbappe. Rodrigo. He's a sharp little ball here. Played in. Brahim Diaz! And he's done it! Just gorgeous. The most glorious, delicious of touches. Followed up with an unerring finish. And the referee brings the first half to a close. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
The game has already resumed here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Alaba. Rodrigo might just make this. Chouameni. Dani Ceballos. Now it's Mbappe. Carvajal. Great vision. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Mbappe certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Now it's Rodrigo. Now it's Valverde. It's made its way to him. Decent chance! And he's following up! Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Now it's Rodrigo. Spread out to the left. That's good play. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
So this to restore parity. Time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And he's intervened well there. Ceballos. Mbappe could complete a hat-trick here, Jim. What do you reckon?
I think he's got every chance, and he's got plenty of time too to get his third. And the way he's gone about this match, he looks very much like
Se va a producir un
he
cambio
could
de
even end up
jugadores.
getting more. He's full of
El
hunger and
dorsal
running.
5 será sustituido
Carvajal
por
has been
el
booked, just to
dorsal
confirm
21.
for that earlier incident. Valverde. Mbappe. Valverde. Shot could be on. There's no shot. He scored! And the comeback is complete.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having winning runners who want to go behind that defence, win good ball, and they're in.
first of their substitutes. Madrid take the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Mendy cuts it out. Out of play for a throw. Howson makes the interception. Madrid perhaps contemplating their next change here. And it's Carvajal. And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 8 será reemplazado por el dorsal 45.
Can he get it through? He's on it. Can he get away? And that's a dangerous ball. Caught offside that time.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little
Se va a
break.
producir un
They're
cambio
looking
de
a whole lot
jugadores.
more urgent
El
now.
dorsal
You know,
19
the interest value in
será
this game
sustituido
might just
por
take off
el
from here.
dorsal 15.
Bellingham is onto this. Oh, they could be caught out. Great chance! It's there! They're level in a trice.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that though, and somehow he found the angle.
Listen, no one was expecting a shot from there. That's quite outrageous.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And here's Mbappe. Bouts of passing here, really easy on the eye. And the shot! It's a goal! And they've got their lead back.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
What a great time to score, but it does give the manager a real headache. Does he sit on this lead now, or try and finish it off? Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Howson has given away a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Mendy. Madrid looking to pass their way through.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Habrá 6
He has
minutos de
slightly
descuento.
undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Good ball, good take.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Rudiger spots it and intercepts. Passing is crisp and sharp. Arda Güler, he's in a great position. Oh, sets it twice! He has done it! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an...
And he shoots! Oh, taken with style! Deep into injury time! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him. And that is that. Madrid have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Mbappe gleefully reminding us of what a superb day he's had at the office. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting.
There's the header! Massive goal! Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Devoid of any complexity, but boy was that certain.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Steaming on goalwards.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Good running, strong and purposeful. Driving forward. It's a sharp pass. No, that was never going to make it. Indonesia leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. That's been cut out, well played. That's been drilled forward. Pops him off it and wins back the ball. It's good running with the ball. And he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. First quarter of an hour gone.
This is the time you need that pace.
He's got away. Incoming delivery. Tries to get it clear.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Out to the right, and he was quick to react. Great vision. Threads one in. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Iran with the corner, there first. Been clubbed away. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's quick to get it clear again. The defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of it. Shot goal! Just off target.
Yeah, he may have snatched it down a bit, even though it was quite close.
He's felt that, hasn't he? Very nearly half an hour gone here. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Played out wide, and he's intervened well there, and he's gone long. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And here's the chance to counter. And he's managed to get free. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well read, nice interception. It's just beyond his reach. Asmoon has crossed into the middle. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Pinches it off him. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Tries to play it through.
There will be 1 minute added
It's
time.
made its way to him. That's very neat. Cross flung in towards the middle. Oh, that's a fine interception. And the referee brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Hello everybody, and please join me in wishing a happy wedding anniversary for one of our fan club members.
Encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Please welcome everyone.
Are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
He's gone forward. And he's been shifted off it. Taremi aims beyond the defence. Can he finish? Oh, it's come off the upright. Oh, it's gone in!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Coming. It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now he's got space here. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. And that pass just didn't quite work.
Indonesia really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
He's shifting through the gears here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, this looks sharp. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He won't be happy with that one. Oh, that's a key interception. Driving on and making good progress. Played out to the right. Played back in. Gets Gets good distance on it. That pass isn't the best. It's a pretty loose pass. Godos. Oh, that's a good ball. Oh, what's he done? Tries a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. That's going to go a long way.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
That's been intercepted. Has a look up, and he shoots! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition.
Substitution
This
for
team know
Indonesia.
how to counter, and they'll
Number
be looking to do
25.
every chance they get.
Number 6. Coming on the field. Number 7. Number 8. Substitution for
Time for
Indonesia.
changes on
Number
both sides,
9.
actually.
Number 21. Coming on the field. Number 15. Number 10.
Indonesia
Substitution.
have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. It's been lenient here. Can they get too many more chances? Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Now that's well seen too. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Shot could be on, and the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! That's surely a foul. Free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Substitution for Indonesia. Number 18.
Now this could be a pivotal moment.
Coming on to
Dying
replace
minute.
him
Free kick.
is
Great position.
Number 11.
There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Good read, needed to be. Has a look and plays it forward.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
Promising. Oh, what a climb! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
He's had it nicked away. And the number on the board is 3. Indonesia are looking to break at pace. He is through here. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, chance for the shot! victory. They know that was a battle. They know it could so easily have gone the other way. And they are clearly so happy to have won it. Indonesia.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, with nothing resting on this, Peter, I'm hoping that there'll be more impetus for the players to just enjoy the game with the pressure off, try out a few different things, and we get something open and free-flowing.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Swung over. He's felt that, hasn't he? Fair to say, I think a cautious start from both teams. Godos threads one in. He is through here. Played in with purpose. Out to the left it goes. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
That tackle was certainly sturdy.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective involvement.
Gets into some space. Oh, that's a key interception. The crispest of hits, he just crashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Indonesia have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point, and the score is 1-0. This looks promising. Takes a shot! And that was very necessary. Tries to play it through. And the finish! It's through, and the keeper couldn't hold it. He's got away with one there. Oh, good-looking ball. And he was quick to react. Wasn't easy on the eye, but it's done its job.
to pass it through. It's a promising position. Cross in, looks like a good one.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Distributed tidily. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Finding their passes. Could try cutting inside here. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
That's Moore. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. The referee's come over. It's a red card. His body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all.
Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
Well, I suppose the other choice, Peter, would have been to let your opponent score, so he had no other option.
Great chance here from position A1.
Earned a reprieve for the time being, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it. It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Great vision. No, that's been intercepted. Long ball by the goalkeeper. And he welcomes it in. Asmoon! Split-second reaction.
Asmoon actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And we have our very first corner. Not quite sure who got the final touch, but it will be another corner. Corner number 2 then.
We've seen that early. Used the
There will be 1 minute
sense.
added time.
Tunisia have the chance to go the other way.
That pass isn't the best.
And that'll be the final action of the first half.
Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I'm afraid to tell you that we're expecting traffic to be heavy after the final whistle today. Everyone, please welcome our
Composure
players.
up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Tunisia head for the dressing room in possession of a 1-0 lead.
And we are back underway.
A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference.
And he's picked it up out wide. It's a pretty loose pass.
Over to the left. Nothing wrong with that tackle. All won cleanly. That is a great pick out.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
Taremi finds himself offside.
It's a good ball out wide.
Cross flung into big header. Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
It's a smartly directed ball.
He's in plenty of space here.
He's gone away.
He's on it. Can he get away?
Taremi.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And we're not going to make any further progress now. Spread neatly. all, impenetrable. Well, the defence proved infallible then. He's had a shot! He's goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And a trademark move entered the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Under an awful lot of pressure. Great work on the overlap. Cleared away. Chance here to counter. Strong running down that left flank. It's come to nothing. Played out towards the right wing. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Looking to play him in. Oh, that's well spotted. He's looking wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That is good alertness. That's good play. Can he get it through? Crosses it in. Oh, smashing header! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort.
Substitution for Indonesia. Number 7.
Time then for the first
Number
substitution
25.
of the game.
Coming on the field, number 15. Number 11.
Are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Nicely weighted ball. There's the crossfield ball. Looking for the run. And he cuts out the supply.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
That's move. Now that's fabulous. The not defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. It's a good foot in there. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Out of play for a goal kick. Indonesia making another change here. So, time
Number
for
10.
a potential game changer.
Coming on the
Well,
field.
this could lead to the injection of
number
energy that
21.
might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Indonesia have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. No, he's got that wrong. And he's gone looking for safety.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 3 minutes
Spread out
added
to the
time.
left. Some good work on the right flank here. Oh, no joy this time. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Played out to the right. Well, that's well seen too. And that's that. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. Indonesia pressure, succeeded in minimising. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary. And we should be in for something very special. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained. But if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
We have already started here. That's really well manoeuvred. Asmoon. Nicely spread. It's a promising position.
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So, a breakthrough. He's having a shot! He can get that clear. It's a good ball out wide. Chosen to go back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
And they can counter here. That's good running with the ball. That's surely a foul. Free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. It's a good 30-35 yards out, this. Taremi. Can he get on the end of this? It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender. Stay onside.
And he'll shoot it! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part. And we've just seen an example.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up.
Takes a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
No chances there. Showing good feet.
Indonesia really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Iran applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Indonesia finding their passes. Iran do have a chance to counter here. That is good alertness.
That's a shame, because it was such a good decision.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Indonesia clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Decent chance! That's fabulous! He's got himself an absolute peach.
Back to within one. Interesting.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Well, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Oh, important interception. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. And he's going to be disappointed with that. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that's a key interception. Reaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now?
Can he spark a counter here?
Oh, that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, nicely intercepted. He's looking wide.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Kodos tries to pass it through. And it's made its way to him. And he decides to cross it. It's not an especially good pass, that. And the first 45 minutes are up. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football. And it's fair
And
to say
please
that
welcome
both
our
teams
lads
have
to the
played their part.
field.
No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch.
Gets his head on it!
And oh, he's got that completely wrong. Kodos. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Indonesia looking to pass their way through. He's a sharp little ball here. Plays it in low. And he gets rid in a hurry. He came in hard, very hard. Good ball, good take. Kodos. Hasmul. And he plays one through. And that is as far as they're going to go.
Oh, he's got chance for a shot!
And that would have been some goal.
Well, that was certainly impressive, Peter. Great run, just a shame the finish let him down.
weighted ball. Fired deep towards the back post. Taremi is flagged offside.